The Islamic Society of Orange County had a very humble beginning. In early 70s, few families started gathering in their homes to pray, to read the Quran, and to teach their children. And then they formed an organization and registered it in 1976. And then after that, they rented some place for gathering, and slowly they bought a house and converted the garage into a masjid and bedrooms into classrooms, and it continued for a few years. And then finally, with the growth of the community, they came to this location in Garden Grove.
We purchased this little church here in Garden Grove in the mid-70s, late 70s. It was a very humble church. We used to have Hafiz Ismail, rahmatullah alayh, and he used to read from a little book every Friday until Dr. Siddiqui came, and we had a couple of volunteers.
Islamic Society today is one of the oldest and the largest organization in Southern California, and also it serves a very large community. More than 10,000 people are benefiting from the services of the Islamic Society of Orange County on a daily basis, on a weekly basis.
Regardless of where you live and which masjid you primarily attend, ISOC is the central masjid that everyone feels connected to. ISOC is a role model masjid in that it inspires other communities. With this comes the huge responsibility for ISOC to constantly be the best example.
From a management perspective, being big really has two components. First, we've had a lot of focus on building really a scalable operational model. We have the school, the masjid, an array of programs and services, and it's rapid growth, and it's not a one-fit-for-all situation. So building a scalable model of committees and subcommittees where we have volunteers and staff working together in a very matrix structure really allow us to function in a very agile and a quick way. Secondly, we're really blessed with a very stable political structure. 17 members elected into the Majlis al-Shura by the general body. 17 members. Underneath them are the two operational and administrative boards, the OCS and the masjid, both of them reporting to the Majlis. And this really allows for proper governance and stability, because really what matters at the end of the day is fostering the best talent to rise through the ranks with a team-first attitude in a manner which preserves the religious boundaries and etiquettes of Islam.
We are a role model masjid. But in order to continue to maintain that status, we have to adhere to the principle of excellence. The Prophet ﷺ, he said in the hadith that verily Allah loves that when one of you does a deed, that he does it with excellence.
Assalamu alaikum ya awlad.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Academic and moral excellence. It's not just a motto, but our mission that we live by at Orange Crescent School. Our academic excellence shows with our students testing at or above grade level in math and English up to 3 grades higher. This year alone, our students took first place in the academic pentathlon, taking home 129 medals. Our debate team placed in several competitions and qualified to participate in the national debate competition. And our students made it to both the county and state science fair, with our 7th grader taking 3rd place in the state science fair. In addition to academic excellence, we also strive for moral excellence with our Islamic Studies department. OCS was able to establish the Quran Learning Center, which is equipped with computers and learning centers. At OCS, we do everything we can to make our students academically and morally strong.
ISOC is a vibrant, community-based organization, and we're constantly working towards addressing the needs of our growing community. And so we adapt the way we use our facility and the services that we offer to ensure that the demands of the community are being met in the best way possible. From my vantage point, I get to see on a daily basis how those services impact the lives of people in a very positive manner.
We talk about excellence, but what does it take to achieve that excellence? The fine-tuned systematic structure of ISOC would crumble without the hard work and dedication of our staff. Having a professional, trained staff is vital. The ISOC staff works hard, especially during the busy time such as Jummah prayer, special events, Ramadan, always smiling and ready to serve, and we could not be where we are without the staff we have today.
The number of staff members we have is small, yet the community that we serve is quite vast. The sheer workload of the staff would be burdensome and almost impossible if not for the amazing volunteers who step up to lend a hand to the community they consider a second home.
What makes our staff most effective is our volunteer force. Today we enjoy a 12-to-1 ratio. For every one staff member we have 12 volunteers working alongside them across all of our programs and services. And this really goes to show you how hard ISOC has worked to build the trust and the confidence amongst the people so they would step up and volunteer.
We don't just delegate tasks to our staff and employees and tell them what to do. We include them in the process of decision making. I consider ISOC a do-ocracy. If you want to lead, you have to do. We encourage people to choose their own roles and execute upon them. Responsibilities attach to those who do the work, not necessarily to those who are elected or selected. This philosophy has been one of the keys to our success. Good leaders facilitate, they don't control. They also nurture and train new leaders around them, strengthening them and giving them confidence to lead themselves. The best way to know if you were a good leader is to ask yourself, did you build and develop even better leaders to serve after you?
Our team has been given an amazing opportunity to plan and organize quality programs and services. Programs and services for our masjid, such as Friday Ummah Night, the Marriage Seminar, and Open Mosque Day. In many other situations, young people feel belittled, often pushed off to the side. Many of my Muslim friends from college graduated and they went back to their local communities and their local masajid, and they didn't feel like there was a space for them there. Alhamdulillah, we don't have this problem at ISOC. We are given responsibility, trust, and the ability to affect positive change in our community. And we are tremendously grateful for that.
I used to be a shy and reserved child when I was younger, but now after joining the youth group 8 years ago, everything has completely changed. I have learned social skills and life skills, and especially leadership skills, as now I am the president of the youth group.
At ISOC, we strive to engage the community. We do this by having our leadership share information with our community and at the same time ask our community to guide us with their wants, needs, and their perspectives about ISOC programs and services. This transparent methodology really builds trust and confidence where it counts most, within the people who we serve. ISOC is an establishment that was built by the community and works to serve the community. From a task as large as deciding the direction in which we want to grow departments and programs, to a task as simple as repainting our beautiful masjid, we do not move forward without the consultation of our community by conducting surveys and getting feedback on a day-to-day basis.
ISOC has a marketing team that thinks and creates innovative ideas to keep the community members up to date on all of our local events that we work really hard in planning. We are working towards personalizing the experience for the community and bringing them together. So instead of having separate threads, they all come together as to one big fabric.
ISOC must keep the focus on its future vision. High school, gymnasium, clinic, housing, acquisition of the 13th and Carey Streets are all on the path. But that's just real estate and buildings. It's a means to an end. And what is that end? The goal, the objective is not really the buildings, but rather what happens inside these buildings. Expansion of our programs and services is really the key. Also, we can't forget we're part of a larger ecosystem of Garden Grove, Orange County and beyond. And having a sense of social responsibility has to be a staple of ISOC. And there's tremendous opportunity in this area. Our food bank, Laundry for Love, Great Finds are just examples of great work that we're doing. But there's substance abuse, suicide, poverty, homelessness, families with young children that have come on hard times, lifting them up, placing them in a safe environment. and putting them on a path to self-sufficiency through transitional housing. These aren't just Muslim problems, they're community problems, and ISOC must be at the center as the solution. So I'm really excited to wonder really what ISOC is going to be in 30, 50, 100 years from now. And I can't really help but smile and be thankful that you and I have been along for this ride and had a little something to do for its future.
I would like to see the Islamic Society of Orange County continue on its path of growth and progress. This will happen with your support. And of course, with the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Please continue supporting this movement, this work, this institution that is a role model for many Islamic centers, and inshallah, with the progress of this organization, you are helping the growth of Islam in this land.